What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and today I've been playing a little bit of my Darth Vader PSP when suddenly Sony has just revealed PlayStation 5 gameplay. This has been my #1 biggest request over the course of the last couple weeks, is just show us that next-gen tech. Give us a chance to see how these futuristic games are going to look, how they're going to play, and how they're going to be different. I'm excited for next-gen, but let me just be clear, I'm nervous about the big price tag of the future. How are these games going to be so spectacular? Well, today we finally have our first look at it. This is the new reveal of PlayStation 5 gameplay. This is made on the PlayStation 5 for the PlayStation 5, and it is obviously a tech demo. Now, I'm running this at 75% speed, so it is a little bit slower, but I'm doing that because I want to try and get a chance to analyze how this game is just so gorgeous. Now, the point of this tech demo was to show just how much they're able to get out of this hardware, making it look practically photorealistic, but also what was fascinating to me is that during this tech demo, they talked a lot about how making games for the PlayStation 5 is apparently just shockingly easy. Apparently, the architecture, the way that you actually develop games, is just so streamlined. To the point at which, I mean, look at this right here. They're able to just move the sun around. They're able to just so easily pivot the light source and make this game look so freaking gorgeous. Now, there are a couple things in this demo that really caught my eye specifically, and some of them is just, let's just say this is clearly 4K or 8K. I mean, this is just some bonkers amount of resolution. You are seeing this rendered, of course, through my computer. I'm trying to capture this footage. I recommend, after you're done watching this video and giving it a like and subscribing, I do recommend you check out this video for yourself, especially if you have a good computer monitor. I think we're already getting to that point in technology. Don't watch this on a cell phone. If you're trying to watch this kind of stuff, you need to actually see how these worlds are going to be different. Now, here's one of the first things they said that feels very, very much of a futuristic tech. Something that they said is going to be different in next gen, which is that they're able to do more adaptive AI. Now, they use the example here of when this character, who is kind of like, budget Lara Croft, as she's climbing across this, there is actual AI inside this character that's making it where she considers where each of her hands is going to grip. This surface actually has hundreds of tiny little ledges, but as she's going along, she's able to try and figure out the most efficient path, instead of most games, which is where your character kind of just treats everything like a ladder. Now, this does bring me to something that I do want to say. I have noticed a lot of people are nervous about next-gen graphics specifically. There's this old chart that goes around that shows that as each console generation has gone on, the amount of wow factor we get is constantly reduced. Going from 10 pixels to 90 pixels to 90,000 pixels, there's always a diminishing return to the realism. Like, eventually we're just going to hit realistic next-gen graphics. And I think that we're finally getting to that. I think that this chart, as inaccurate as it is at representing polygon counts, we're now getting to something that just feels truly futuristic. They've said that in a lot of these scenes, there are up to 16 billion triangles constructing these scenes. 16 billion triangles. And the reason they said this is because they're trying to demonstrate the fact that this technology is trying to do more than just replicate reality. It's trying to replicate scenery. It's trying to have correct lighting, correct physics, and most importantly, correct adaptive technologies. Now, this is definitely the thing that got me the most. Now, watch this right here. She walks through a dark room, she busts out her magical orb that works as, basically a flashlight. But watch what happens. As she's shining it along, these bugs are able to see the light, they're able to react to the light, and they're able to flee from it, which creates a nice sense that it establishes more of the world. Like, look, even as she's going faster, they run faster. It's something about this kind of shows more than just, nice AI. This shows more than just, hey, this is a nice little technical leap. To me, it's demonstrative of how the next gen tech is going to be better because of solid state drives. Now, the last thing is, I want to fast forward to the end where she basically starts flying because, my God, okay, so yeah, the whole game looks so freaking clean, but at the very end here, She goes up on top of this ledge, she sees a portal open up, and she's going to fly down to it. Now, what I want you to pay attention to, what I want you to really notice the most is how instantaneous this is. There is no load times during this tech demo. There's no pop-in. There's no amount of like frame rate stuttering. Obviously, I have the footage slowed down just for analysis purposes. But what's most apparent to me is just showing the fact that this technology, based on solid-state drive, based on instantaneous loading, is making it where things can actually play different. I mean, watch this right here. I'm still just shocked. I've looked at this. This is my third time watching this. I'm still just in utter shock. Look at the fact that everything is remaining at absolutely full resolution. Like, even as we pause it and look at stuff, like, obviously there's some motion blur, but there is no pop-in, there is no simulated fog. They're able to have the whole world, all 16 billion pixels of this environment, constantly rendered on screen simultaneously, along with having all these dramatic events, like for some reason the whole world falling apart just to look awesome. This is the future of tech. Something I have seen people saying is, will the next generation really be able to impress us? And the reason that people are saying that is because we have been seeing these very lackluster showings. A lot of the stuff that's been revealed so far for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, the big problem is that a lot of these gameplay reveals we've seen have been about basically cross-gen. They're being held back. You can't make a next-gen game look amazing if it's still made for last-gen. This brings me to the biggest thing that I think people need to keep in mind. I want you to remember this, which is right here at the end. Unreal Engine 5, fantastic, that's great, except for this date. Yep, that's right. As much as these graphics are impressive, as much as this technology is really a big leap forward, I think that as gamers, we need to think about this now. Games are not going to look that much different for the first year. I'm just saying that because I feel like honesty is important, and I want people to realize this. A lot of people are wanting the launch games of PlayStation 5 to be amazing. I mean, a lot of people are upset right now that it's now confirmed that Assassin's Creed Vikings is going to run at like static 30 frames a second. So that means you're buying a $500 console for a little bit of resolution and no boost to frame rates. I think that people need to realize that as impressive as this new technology is, and as unlimited as the potential is, the people who are going to be using this best, the most skilled and highest budget game developers, aren't going to be really getting their hands on next-gen engines until next year, which basically is my way of saying we're going to see pretty games. We're going to see games that are fun. We're going to see some long, epic adventures that are a blast. But I don't think that we're going to even start to see the real potential of the PlayStation 5 until probably the end of 2021. And that does disappoint me. I'm so excited for the future. I'm so eager to see where things are going, how things are going to change, how we're going to see games that are going to be bigger and more expansive and doing things that are completely impossible with current technology. But we are going to have to wait quite a while from now. What do you think, though? Are you somebody who's actually dealt with engines in the past? Are you excited like this, like I am, because this is so cool? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. I just wanted to say, a bunch of y'all have asked me years and years and years ago. I actually had a special outro where at the end of every video, I'd hold up my PSP and I go, oh, hello there. I was just playing on my Darth Vader PSP. So a bunch of y'all have randomly requested I bring it back. So there, this special outro was just for you. So much love. I hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, maybe I'll, look at that. Boom, perfect. That's for all of you out there. Seriously, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the likes. I'm going to go watch this engine maybe 5 or 6 more times.